Seagulls are the ultimate feathered troublemakers of the ocean. They look beautiful and charming, but behind that graceful appearance lies a notorious dark side. You can safely call them the bullies of the sea. Seagulls will eat almost anything: plants, seeds, seaweed, insects, worms, clams, fish, crabs, shrimp, frogs, lizards, rats, rabbits, squirrels, even small mammals. Sometimes they swallow an entire squirrel in one gulp. They happily eat dead animals and scavenge whatever they find in trash cans. With such a flexible diet, they should have no trouble surviving. But seagulls are greedy. Even when they have plenty of options, they still steal eggs, chicks, and sometimes even adult birds from others. When they feel lazy, they look for other seabirds like puffins or terns that have already caught something. The moment a puffin is spotted with a fish, the seagull swoops in and demands it. If it refuses, it gets punched, kicked, and beaten until the fish is taken anyway. Many birds simply drop their catch and flee. The seagull secretly follows the puffin back to its nest. Once the puffin leaves, the seagull raids the nest. It devours all the eggs or newly hatched chicks. They do the same with duck eggs and ducklings. Some seagulls are even cannibals. They steal and eat the eggs and chicks of other seagulls. And if food is scarce, they will eat their own chicks. Seagulls don't just bully smaller birds. They pick fights with much larger seabirds like albatrosses and swans. They've even been known to harass whales and sharks when they surface to breathe, pecking hard to tear off chunks of flesh. Around 70% of coastal tourists have had food stolen by seagulls, and 20% were actually attacked while trying to protect their meals. In short, seagulls could be charged with theft, robbery, assault, fraud, property damage, vandalism, bullying, extortion, and even child abduction. They're basically a walking crime spree. If you thought slavery was only a human invention, nature has something even darker to show you. Meet the Amazon ants Polyergus, also known as slave maker ants, the mob bosses of the ant world. Their slave raiding tradition dates back at least 5 million years. These ants are completely dependent on slaves. If you remove all the slaves from their colony, the entire Amazon ant population will starve to death. They don't know how to find food, how to gather it, or even how to eat on their own. They only know two things: fighting and raiding. An Amazon ant colony consists of a queen and warrior workers. The queen only lays eggs. The workers only guard the nest and launch raids. Everything else, foraging, cleaning, babysitting, and feeding, is done by slave ants. When the slave population drops, the Amazon ants prepare for war first. 1 or 2 scouts locate a nearby formica colony. Then, hundreds of Amazon ants march out with their razor-sharp mandibles. They swarm the target colony with brute force. They chase away or kill the defenders, then rush into the brood chambers. They don't steal food. They don't even recognize it. They only steal the pupae, up to 14,000 in a single raid. Back at their nest, the stolen pupae are cared for by existing slaves. When the new ants hatch, they are brainwashed with pheromones. They believe the Amazon ants are their own family. From that day on, these slaves spend their entire lives working tirelessly, gathering food, cleaning, expanding the nest, and raising the Amazon ants' young. They will even fight and die against their own species if ordered. The Amazon ants simply sit back and relax while the slaves do all the heavy lifting. This cycle of slavery has continued for millions of years. Now let's talk about the ocean's apex predator, the killer whale, or orca. Everyone knows orcas are deadly hunters, but their killing style is more twisted than most people realize. When they encounter small animals like penguins, sea otters, seals, or dolphins, they don't just eat them. They start playing with them like toys. They toss the prey into the air, bat them around with their fins like volleyball, or smack them with their powerful tails like footballs. They throw them long distances just to see if they can still swim. This game continues until the victim dies from exhaustion and pain. Shockingly, in many cases, after killing the animal for fun, the orcas simply leave the body behind. Sea otters might look cute and cuddly, but they're actually bullies too, just like seagulls. Sea otters are quite lazy and prefer free food. If they see an octopus, lobster, or another animal carrying fish or clams, they'll snatch it away. If the victim resists, the otter will fight, bite, and sometimes even eat the owner first, then take the food. Male sea otters are extremely territorial. They will chase away any animal or bird that enters their area. If another otter wanders in by mistake, it often ends in a fight to the death. They even have favorite rocks. Worse still, if a hungry male otter is too lazy to hunt, he may spot a mother otter with a pup and some food. He will grab the pup as a hostage and threaten the mother. If she doesn't hand over the food immediately, he will beat the pup or try to drown it. In most cases, the terrified mother gives up her food right away, and only then is the pup released unharmed. Many people think sea otters holding hands while floating is a sign of love. In reality, they do it simply so they don't drift apart while sleeping. Finally, let's talk about one of the most beloved small animals, hamsters. Those tiny, pocket-sized furballs with innocent faces hide a ruthless side. Hamsters are highly territorial. If one hamster enters another's burrow, the fight can easily end in death. Because they have a very fast metabolism and are constantly hungry, they raid birds' nests for seeds and steal food from other hamsters. If they can't find food, they will eat another hamster. That's why you should never put two hamsters in the same cage. Sooner or later, one will eat the other. Mother hamsters show an even darker side. If she feels stressed, threatened, if a pup seems sick, or if she believes there aren't enough resources for all the pups to survive, she will eat her own babies alive. This behavior is well documented in hamsters. So if you keep hamsters as pets, never housed together. Of course, there are many more animals with surprising dark sides, but we'll cover them next time. Thank you so much for watching. We've crossed 10,000 subscribers. That's a huge milestone. And I want to thank every single one of you. As always, I love you guys. See you in the next video.